Good morning, neighbors. It is Friday, February 13th, 2026, and I am your host, Sara, welcoming you to another cozy edition of the Murphy Morning Show. Grab your coffee, take a deep breath of that cool mountain air, and let us get you caught up on what is happening in and around Murphy today. Let us start with some local news from right here in Cherokee County. Earlier this month, Cherokee County Sheriff Dustin Smith announced that he is resigning and dropping out of his reelection campaign after a turbulent first term in office, saying he feels called to focus on his family and the next chapter of his life. His decision comes after a term marked by a deadly jail escape, an officer-involved shooting, and questions about the sheriff's evidence room, and county leaders are now working through how to manage the transition in sheriff's leadership as we move toward the March primary. In neighboring Andrews, folks are still talking about the devastating fire at the Andrews Valley Poultry Farm in mid-January, where firefighters say a blaze destroyed a large industrial chicken house and killed more than 85,000 birds, though thankfully no workers were inside and no human injuries were reported. That fire was a big economic and emotional blow for owners and employees, and local first responders are using it as a reminder of how quickly wintertime fires can spread in large agricultural buildings and why prevention and inspections are so important. Healthcare access and safety are also top of mind in our broader mountain region this winter. Across North Carolina's Appalachian communities, clinics have been facing uncertainty as federal health officials have pulled back on a 10-year primary care payment model that many rural practices had counted on, leaving some small mountain clinics rethinking staffing and long-term plans just as demand for affordable primary care is rising. At the same time, statewide research on wildfire and climate risk has highlighted that lower income and more vulnerable communities in North Carolina are likely to face disproportionate impacts from future wildfires and smoke events, a concern that hits close to home after recent fire seasons in the mountains and serves as a nudge for families here in Cherokee County to keep their own emergency plans and go bags up to date, especially during dry spells. Regionally, state transportation and law enforcement officials continue to emphasize roadway safety along our mountain corridors, including Highway 64 and routes into Macon and Clay counties. After several high-profile crashes and emergency responses over the past year, they are urging drivers to take it slow on curves, watch for changing conditions, and give extra space to snowplows, salt trucks, and emergency vehicles during winter weather. Now let us take a look at the weather for Murphy for the next 3 days. For today, Friday, you can expect a cold, late winter day with morning temperatures around the upper 20s, climbing into the upper 30s to maybe around the mid-40s by the afternoon, under mostly clear to partly sunny skies with a light breeze that will make it feel just a bit crisper. Tonight, we drop back below, freezing into the upper 20s, so watch out for slick spots on shaded back roads, bridges, and driveways early tomorrow morning, especially if you have any leftover moisture from earlier in the week. On Saturday, plan on another cool but fairly pleasant day, with afternoon highs pushing into the mid to upper 40s, a mix of sun and clouds, and only a small chance of a brief sprinkle or flurry up in the higher ridges. By Saturday night, we dip again into the upper 20s to around 30 degrees, good sleeping weather if you like an extra blanket. Sunday looks like the pick of the weekend, with more sunshine, lighter winds, and temperatures climbing into the low to mid-50s in town, still chilly in the morning, but feeling a bit more comfortable if you want to take a walk on the Riverwalk or get a head start on some yard tidying. And hey, while we are here in the forecast, let me ask a quick favor. If you enjoy waking up with the Murphy Morning Show, take a moment to subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, and go ahead and slam that notification bell so you never miss an update. If you find value in what we are doing, sharing this channel with a friend or neighbor is one of the best ways you can help our little community show grow. All right, let us look ahead to some community events happening in and around Murphy over the coming days and weeks. For our local business and real estate folks, the Mountain Lakes Board of Realtors Awards event is coming up next week at the Ballroom on Hiwassee Street in downtown Murphy. an evening gathering stretching from late Thursday night into the early hours of Friday that will celebrate local real estate professionals and give agents, brokers, and affiliates a chance to network and recognize standout service. If you are in the industry, keep an eye on your association emails and social media for the exact start time and dress suggestions, and remember to plan for a safe ride home if you will be enjoying the festivities. Looking a little farther out on the calendar, the town is already promoting this year's Murphy Spring Festival in early May, a big street festival that will fill Tennessee Street and Valley River Avenue with arts and craft vendors, food trucks, live music, and a lively beer garden, giving families a full day to stroll, shop, and soak in some warmer weather downtown. It might feel far away on a cold February morning, but it is not too early to mark your calendars. Think about vending if you are an artist, or start planning a carpool with friends. If you are willing to hop over the state line for a fun outing, Blairsville, Georgia has a sweet tradition with its downtown Blairsville Chocolate Walk in early February, turning their town square into a treat-filled stroll where ticket holders sample chocolates from shop to shop and enjoy a day of small-town charm. Keep that in mind for next year if you missed it this time around. It is a great excuse for a day trip with kids, a date, or a girls' day out. And as always, be sure to have a designated driver if you pair those sweets with any wine tastings. And for those of you who love storytelling and the arts, there is an Arts in Appalachia storytelling evening with Paul Strickland scheduled for Saturday, February 28th, 2026, at a venue on Valley River Avenue right here in Murphy, bringing live storytelling and regional culture to the heart of downtown. It is the kind of event where you can support local arts, share a laugh, and maybe see your neighbors in a different light. Seats for storytelling events can go quickly, so check ahead for ticket details, arrive a little early to find parking, and consider grabbing dinner in town to make a full night of it. As we wrap up this Friday edition of the Murphy Morning Show, I just want to say how grateful I am that you choose to spend part of your morning with me. Our little mountain community is full of resilience, heart, and good stories, and it is a privilege to share them with you. I am Sara, wishing you a safe, peaceful, and productive day ahead. Take care of yourselves, look out for your neighbors, and be sure to tune in again tomorrow morning for more news, weather, and hometown happenings from right here in Murphy, North Carolina.